Hey guys, it's Sarah, and today I have a review video for you on all of the ARCs that I got for the month of April. So I do have 3 here that I'm going to be talking about today, and I'm going to give you my full in-depth thoughts on them. So we're just going to start in publication order. So the first one is The Love Story of Missy Carmichael by Beth Morey. This was sent to me from Putnam. And this one came out on April 7th. And this one is an adult contemporary, and it follows our main character, Missy Carmichael. She is about to turn 80 years old. She lives in England, and she's finding herself kind of in a big slump in her life. Her son has moved to Australia with his family, and that includes her grandson. So she's really feeling she's missing that void in her life of not being able to be near her grandchild. She is on the outs with her daughter, who does live near her, but they're not having a very good relationship at the time, and she is mourning the loss of her husband. So she's really feeling very lonely in her life. And the book opens up with her deciding to take a risk, and she's going to go to this event that's happening in her town and kind of just be around some people. And when she does that, she ends up meeting a young, very spunky woman, and they end up actually sparking a friendship, which was very unexpected for her. And from that friendship comes a couple other friendships, including an opportunity to dog sit for a dog for one of them, and just some very unexpected things happened in her life because of all of this. And you're following her go along with building these new relationships, and she's learning things about herself. She's learning things about her family that she didn't know previously, and some things are starting to come out about her past and her relationships with her family. And let me tell you guys, I gave this 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. And it took me by surprise. I did not expect to give this book 5 stars. I kind of went in thinking, it would be like a cute story, but I got a lot more out of it than I was expecting. And I flew through this. I read this so quickly. I couldn't put it down. I loved Missy as a character. I loved seeing what happened in her past to make her who she is today, and what happened in her relationships to forge them. I loved her relationship with the dog. I can't even... I am a dog person. I'm a dog lover. So that really spoke to me very deeply, and just seeing her form this relationship with this animal that she never had any intention of even paying attention to at all. So that was great. I loved Missy's character development in here. Even though she's an older woman, she is still developing as a person. So I loved seeing that. It took a little bit of a turn that I wasn't expecting. I loved it. I loved it, loved it. I thought it was fantastic. Again, I gave it 5 stars, and this book made me tear up, you guys, and I don't do that. Books don't usually make me cry. It takes a lot. But this one, I had tears in my eyes, and I was very discreetly trying to keep them from falling, but it was great. So highly, highly, highly recommend this one. The next one I'm going to talk about is The New Husband. This is by DJ Palmer, and this one was sent to me by St. Martin's Press. And this one came out on the 14th of April, so it is out. And this is a thriller. It's an adult thriller. Now, this one follows our main character, and she is dealing with the loss of her husband. He went missing. And it has been, I think, 2 years, and he has not been heard from at all, like 0. So they're presuming that he's dead. The only thing that was found from him was his fishing boat and his dog. And there was a lot of blood in the fishing boat. That's all they could find. They found no body. They've been looking, no traces of him. So he's presumed dead. Now, because of that, we are trying to follow this family, this woman and her 2 children, and they are entering into a new relationship with a new man in her life, and they're moving in together. Her teenage children, the son is older. He's handling it really well. He really likes Simon, and they get along, and everything's great. Simon's a teacher at their school. Her daughter Maggie is not handling this well. She does not trust Simon at all. She is acting out. She is accusing him of all sorts of things. She's very suspicious of him. She has 0 trust for this man. So Nina, our main character, she is trying to balance all this out. She's also trying to go back to work and build this life with Simon. However, little things start happening where there's little seeds of doubt being planted in her brain, and she's trying to decide what's real and what isn't, what is her fault and what isn't, and if her feelings are doing her justice, I guess, if you could say that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say. And it's definitely one of these, like, he's too good to be true type things. He's definitely too good to be true. And this is a really, I think, good depiction of an abusive relationship and how it starts and how the victim can feel that everything is their fault, or they're explaining away everything. They're able to explain away the things that are happening and make it seem very innocent. I think this does a really good job of that. And so that's all I'm going to say. I don't want to give too much away. I really did enjoy this book. It didn't leave a ton to your imagination, though. I wanted a little bit more of, us trying to figure out what's going on, because we are kind of told throughout the book what's happening and you see what's happening. And I mean, I understand why it was that way, because, we're seeing two different sides of things. So you kind of know what's going on as it goes along. And so there wasn't like that, a big twist or a big reveal or anything. We kind of know what's going on. But it was still really enjoyable. I still enjoyed the story and following the characters and seeing what was going to happen and how they were going to handle it. So I still enjoyed the book. I just wish there was that, kind of gasping moment, in a thriller, which I didn't get. But still really good, still worth the read. Absolutely. I gave it 4 stars. Definite trigger warnings for abusive relationships. So if that's something that you have a hard time reading or that you're not comfortable reading, then maybe not read this one. And the last one that I read is Girl Gone Viral. This is by Alicia Ryan. This was sent to me by Avon Books. This one came out on April 21st. This is a companion novel to The Right Swipe, which I read last year and really enjoyed. I gave that one 4 stars. So this one follows the best friend of the main character from The Right Swipe. It follows her best friend and then her involvement in a relationship with a man in her life. We're following Katrina, and Katrina is kind of a recluse. She chooses to be that way. She had been in the limelight before, and something happened to her husband, and some things happened in her past that causes her to want to keep to herself and not be in the limelight anymore. So she tries to keep her identity as secret as she possibly can. Because of all this, she has a bodyguard that she relies on to, keep her safe and, keep her secure and everything. And this bodyguard has been a part of her life for a very long time. Because of that, they have developed feelings for each other, but neither one of them knows that the other one feels that way. So it's like an attraction on both sides, but neither one of them knows or realizes it or chooses to act on it. So we have all that going on. She ends up at a cafe one day, and he's with her, not at the same table. He's across the room, being her security. But she ends up accidentally sharing a table with somebody, a very attractive man who strikes up a conversation with her. So they have a conversation and an interaction. Little does she know that the couple at the table next to them is recording the entire thing, and they end up putting it up on Twitter. And it becomes this whole thing with hashtags and everything about how it was such a meet cute moment and we got it all on camera and how great. And this is like a promising couple and it's so cute and we can't even take it. But that's not how it all played out. And the couple who, recorded all this stuff and is posting it is, claiming that it's such a cute new couple and we want to follow this story. Even the man who she had the conversation with starts to play into it as well. And she's going, this is not okay. This is an incredible invasion of privacy. No. So she is she goes a little bit on the run with her bodyguard, and just to kind of get away from everything. She doesn't want her face or her name out in public, for safety reasons. And so he takes her to his family farm to kind of get her away from all of that and from their seclusion, their things start to happen and feelings start to be known and all that stuff. All the while, she's very scared about her name and her face getting out there and people finding her who don't need to be finding her. Okay, so that's the whole synopsis of the story. I did not enjoy this one as much as I enjoyed The Right Swipe. I really liked The Right Swipe a lot. This one was fine. It was good. I read it quickly, but I didn't like it as much. And I'm not quite sure what it was. I think part of it was I didn't connect with the characters very well. I don't know, like, not that I didn't buy their love story. I did. You can definitely feel the connection. You can definitely feel why they feel the way that they do about each other. They've known each other for a very long time. And, you know, he's kind of been the one constant in her life that's always there. And she feels safe around him, and she doesn't feel safe around very many people. So I get that. But I didn't like him all that much. I think he was just too kind of brutish for me, or just, I don't know. He didn't show his feelings very well. And I get why, but it just put me off of him for some reason. I didn't see him struggle enough, I guess, to show his feelings in a positive way. So I think that kind of made me just not really like him all that much. So I don't know. One thing I did like about this is that she takes comfort in cooking. And so, oh my gosh, this book made me hungry. I wanted to eat while I was reading this book because there's a lot of descriptions of the food that she's making and stuff. So I liked that part of it. And I did enjoy kind of learning about his background and why he went into security and, you know, all that kind of stuff. That was very interesting to me. I wish there was a little bit more of that. And I wish there had been some good like flashback scenes on that. Maybe that would have made me feel for him a little bit more, but it was more just like conversations about what had happened. And that was kind of it. So, yeah. So I didn't like it quite as much. I mean, it was still good. Am I upset that I read it? No. Would I pick up another one in this series? Probably not, to be honest with you. I liked the first one. I think I'm just going to leave it at that. There is trigger warnings for panic attacks in here, though. She does suffer from pretty severe panic attacks, and those are depicted in here. So if that's something you're sensitive to, but just for fair warning for that one. But yeah, it was a 3-star. Okay, guys, those are the arcs that I read in the month of April. So let me know down below what your thoughts are. Have you read any of these? Do you plan on picking any of them up? Let me know all your thoughts down there, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Hope you have a great day.